Hi everyone and welcome. Today we are asking, what makes you impressive? What do other people admire and respect about you? So we're looking into things people might not necessarily be saying to your face. So these are things people admire and respect about you, but they might be too afraid to say it or uncomfortable to tell you about this. But anyway, without too much talking, today we have 4 groups to choose from. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. For group 1 today, we have a rose quartz window stone. For group 2, we have some raw fire quartz. For group 3, we have a rhodonite slice. And for group 4, we have a quartz geode half. As always, take your time in deciding. You can pause the video if you need to, but when you are ready and have chosen the pile you feel most drawn to, please click the timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Hi group 1 and welcome. You guys chose this rose quartz window stone. Today we're asking, what makes you impressive? What do other people admire and respect about you? This is stuff people might not necessarily say to your face, because unfortunately people tend to hold back their positive thoughts about others because they don't want to be seen as weird by just expressing it to you. So we're going to tap into that today. So let's jump in here. You guys got hawthorn with sacred, hollyhock with abundance, and marshmallow with adversity. Okay. And then I just want to get a number to guide your guys' energy here. We have 6. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm seeing one of the things. There's several things here. One of the things people admire about you is that you have a very generous spirit. You're very giving. Okay, it's like you're willing to give. Like you're not afraid of losing something by giving it. Most people actually feel like when they give something away that they've just lost something and they're not going to give it back, or they're not going to get it back, and they're just very stuck in a lack mindset. And it makes them afraid to give, afraid to be generous with, not just money, but money, time, love. They're just afraid to give out. And I feel like that's why people admire this about you, is because it's actually a really rare quality to be giving with whatever you have. I feel like with sacred here, you do this because you are very connected to the divine and maybe your higher purpose. And maybe you understand that what you put out into the universe does come back to you. So you're willing to give because with abundance here, you have an abundance mindset instead of a lack mindset. You know that you have enough love to give, or whatever it is you have enough abundance of. People notice that you are willing to share. That's very clear with the 6 here and the sacred. People definitely notice like how generous you are, and I feel like there's even a jealousy attached to this, because like I said, most people don't have that generous spirit, but you do, group 1. With abundance here, this could represent, financial abundance. Maybe some of you are very financially well off. Obviously that's not going to apply to everyone here, but I feel like whatever you have, people perceive that you have a lot of something. And I feel like for a lot of you, group 1, this is actually an abundance of kindness or love to give. That's what I'm kind of feeling here. That's what you're most generous with, is you give away love freely, kindness, good words, and other people don't do that. Like I said, it's because you have an abundance of love inside of you and you're willing and freely give that away. And I feel like people admire this ability in you to just be so loving and caring. That's the main energy I'm feeling here. You have an abundance of loving, caring energy. And with adversity here, I do feel like this this spirit in you, it's because you faced a lot of adversity. You faced a lot of tough times in your life where other people didn't give you love. But I feel like you are such a kind-hearted person connected to the divine that you are, despite the fact that other people might not be as giving to you, people don't return the love that you give out. People don't return the things that you give out. Despite facing that, you still know that there's enough love to go around. And if with this adversity here, this is telling me that other people have hurt you. Other people have snubbed you in the past. And I feel like it hurt. And I feel like the reason you're so giving is because you don't want other people to be hurt. You don't want other people to feel like you felt in the past. So you want to basically be the opposite of people who have been greedy or mean to you or have hurt you in some way. You want to be a kind, generous, loving force out in the world, and people really admire this about you, especially those of you who know that you have gone through this adversity. It's amazing to them that you can basically be knocked down over and over and then stand up again. People, yeah, it's extremely, extremely impressive to those around you. So let's pull some tarot now with my top deck here. Spirit, Group 1. What do people find impressive about Group 1? We have the Eon, which is Judgment, in regular tarot. We have the Princess of Discs. Spirit, what do people admire and respect about Group 1? We have the Queen of Cups. Again, that's that generous, giving spirit that I'm talking about here. People admire how loving and caring you are. With the Queen of Cups here, there's also this degree of empathy. People admire your ability to empathize with them. And obviously that must come from this adversity here. You have gone through tough times, so I feel like you can relate to a lot of other people's problems, and it helps you strongly empathize with them. Although with Sacred here combined with the Queen of Cups, I do feel like a lot of you probably have natural empathic abilities as well as just the ability to relate on a human level to other people's suffering. And that's coming through very strongly with the Eon card. I feel like you must help a lot of people get over their problems, or at least not get over their problems, like resolve some of their pain. I feel like maybe for a lot of you, Group 1, you have people that see you as the person to go to, as a shoulder to cry on, as somebody who helps them feel secure in themselves no matter what they're facing. I feel like you help them feel better about it. Another thing that's showing up here with this Princess of Discs, I feel like you're also a very hardworking person. So this abundance and this giving nature of yours is not just like emotional giving. I feel like you also are hardworking. You'll put in any amount of work to really like help people through things. I feel like you're also very giving with your time and energy as well, is what I'm seeing with the Princess of Discs here. With the Princess of Discs is also, she's very secure in herself. She's very grounded. I feel like maybe that's why people find you this stable presence they like to turn to. Like I said, a shoulder to cry on. I feel like people admire how connected to yourself you are. Most people, well, a lot of people anyway, aren't quite so grounded in themselves or connected to themselves in a way where they, a lot of people aren't even aware of their own emotions and what they're feeling. But it seems like you are very just connected with who you are. You know what you're feeling, and that's what helps you connect and relate to other people on that kind of level. With the Interference card here, though, the Eight of Swords, this is like, I feel like you must come across to a lot of people as closed off. The word that came to mind was guarded, but that's not really what I'm feeling. Not that you're guarded necessarily and afraid of letting people in. You just don't open up readily. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, you are more of a listener than a talker, is how I want to say it. So you don't like talk about yourself or bring up yourself unless other people ask you about yourself, because like I said, your energy is very giving, so you just want to listen to others and help them. And the fact that you don't talk about yourself a lot, it makes people very curious about you, but I feel like they also admire your lack of ego. Like your lack of, like, you don't brag about yourself. A lot of people will, always be talking themselves up, but people admire the fact that you are actually an extremely strong, amazing person that's faced a lot of bullshit with this adversity card here. You're giving. Some of you are, with this abundance card here, some of you are very financially abundant or abundant in relationships. And like, you have all this amazing stuff about you, but you're not bragging about yourself. So people admire that. They know, they can just tell you're an amazing person without like you having to basically tell people. It just like radiates from your energy, and people find that very impressive. Or rather than impressive, I feel like people develop an extreme respect for you from this fact that you don't brag about this, even though you are an amazing, strong person. Okay, group 1, I think I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope this was interesting. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to know in the comments below, even if it's just to let me know which group you were in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Hi, group 2, and welcome. You guys chose this fire quartz stone. Today we're asking, what makes you impressive? What do other people admire and respect about you? So this is stuff people aren't necessarily going to say to your face. These are just the positive thoughts people have about you, but they don't really tell you about it because they think it would be weird to just come up and tell you how awesome you are. But let's just get started. For you guys, we have foxglove with connection. We have blackberry, adaptation, and sage, purify. So the first word I'm getting here is friendly, like a good friend. But I want to grab a number as well to kind of get an idea of your energy. 7. Yeah, I feel like you get along with basically anybody. You're the type of person who can basically be around any group of people and fit in to some degree. And not because you're like a chameleon person that's always like wearing a different mask for each different type of person. It's just because you generally understand other people really well. I feel like you're either really good at reading body language or maybe just naturally empathic, even to the point where you can just kind of feel how other people are and get along with them in a very friendly, calming kind of manner. I feel like you can just connect to and be friends with basically anybody because you have a very friendly nature. A bit charismatic and charming even for some of you. You're really easy to get along with. Like, I guess the word coming to mind is chill. You're just really, really chill to be around. And, yeah, the chill is coming through really important and strongly here because a lot of people are always really stressed all the time or really insecure and worried about what other people think. But when they encounter you, it's like you make them feel secure. You make them feel not stressed. You make them feel like they can just relax and be themselves around you. Like you make everyone feel kind of at home and at ease. And I'm especially getting that with this Purify card here. I feel like you help, you just kind of like dissolve people's insecurities or worries by just your mere presence. I feel like with Purify, you're, well, with all of these cards, I kind of feel like but you're kind of a natural peacemaker. You are really good at like, not just dissolving people's worries and tensions, you're also good at dissolving tensions between other people. Like, you know, if people are fighting or snippy or just having problems with each other, you're very good at settling that down and calming the situation down, making sure everybody's heard. You're a very good mediator in that regard. But let's move on and pull some tarot to see what else we've got for you guys. Spirit, Group 2. What do people admire and respect about Group 2? What do people find impressive about Group 2? Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups and the Hermit. We have the Prince of Discs. And the Tower. Okay, so I'm actually getting a lot of similarities to Group 1 with you guys. So if you were also drawn to that, you might resonate with Group 1 as well. So I feel like you are, like I'm saying, really good at like connecting to other people, easing their tensions, but this is what's similar to Group 1, is that you aren't really opening up with yourself a lot. With the Hermit here, there's a very kind of like a little bit of a closed off energy where you make other people feel at ease, but you don't like let other people know a lot about you necessarily. Yeah, with the Hermit and the Tower, I'm getting that pretty strongly, but again, I feel like this is, you're not very egoic. Maybe that's why you make people feel at ease. Like, you can laugh about yourself is kind of what I'm getting. Like, you can laugh about yourself, and that, I feel like that makes other people more willing to laugh about themselves or let their own problems and insecurities go. With the Tower here, this is more of that peacemaker energy. You can settle conflicts between others really easily. Or even if someone has a problem with you, especially with the Eight of Cups here, you let people, like, you just let it go. You, like, just kind of brush problems off your shoulder, and you don't really let it get to you. Or at least you don't show that to other people, okay? This is how other people perceive you. And they really admire this about you, the fact that you can just, like, people can be treating you like shit or saying really mean stuff, and you just kind of brush it off, and, you know, you don't sweat it. And people admire that about you because most people can't actually do that. They can't actually just brush things off easily. They really let it get to them. They really let it eat at them. But you come across to people like you can just, like, be at ease no matter what the situation is. No matter how crazy or bad someone's treating you, you can just kind of let it go and still be happy, still be chill, as I've been saying. So I'm getting a few different signs here. With the Hermit, we do have Virgo energy. We also have Pisces, and then a lot of Earth energy here. So, you know, like I said, Virgo, but also Capricorn and Taurus a little bit. Yeah, Capricorn definitely. But yeah, it's all this Earth energy. Even if you're not an Earth sign or have Earth placements in your chart, it's like you're down to earth is the phrase. You're very down to earth. You're very chill. You make other people feel down to earth and chill. And yeah, I feel like that's actually what people most admire about you, is like no matter what bullshit comes across your way, you can brush it off and you still be happy. You're still very secure in yourself. And yeah, you do have quite a bit of self-confidence here, I'm seeing as well. I also feel like people feel like you can kind of see into them. Like you can see who they are. Like I was saying, you make people feel at ease about their own insecurities and worries. I feel like that's because they feel like you can see that naturally, readily. Maybe you're just a very a very observant person or something like that, but people feel like you can see into them, but they don't feel any judgment from you. When they don't feel any judgment even though you can see into them, and I feel like that's what makes them feel most at ease. And people definitely respect this about you. But I think I'm going to end your reading here, Group 3. I hope it was interesting. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below, even if it's just to let me know which group you were in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Hi Group 3, and welcome. You guys chose this rhodonite stone. Today we're asking, what makes you impressive? What do other people admire and respect about you? So we're kind of asking what people admire about you that they won't necessarily say to your face, because people unfortunately don't express positivity as much as they should. So let's see what their positive thoughts about you are. So for you guys, we have Fern with growth. We have Borage with courage. And we have Ghost Pipe with mystery. Okay. Honestly, the first word coming to mind here is like reckless. I don't know if that applies, but let me get a number to get an idea of your energy a little more. 6. Okay, it's the same number we had in Group 1. Okay, so the reason reckless is coming to mind because the picture I'm getting is that you aren't afraid to explore, you're not afraid to try new things, or at least other people perceive you this way, is that you are willing to just like go off and do something crazy that other people would be too afraid to do. Other people might consider you reckless because you are willing to just almost risk certain things, or either risk your reputation or money or your physical safety, something like that. There's a degree to which you are very, well, courageous here. You do have courage coming up, but it's just like you are, it's like people admire the security you have in yourself to be able to either take the risks you do or just, you know, what other people are perceiving as risks. Maybe you don't consider yourself like a risk taker, but other people are impressed by, I don't know, what you're willing to try to do, what you're willing to try to accomplish. With growth here, it is this, it's like people have this view of you that you're willing to do what it takes to expand yourself. So expand your knowledge or understanding of certain things, or maybe this could even be like financial risks, or you're just willing to take the risks necessary to expand in some way. In whatever direction you're trying to go, people kind of see you as bold. Like you boldly carve out your own path, your own individual way of doing things. Maybe like, I guess the word for that is like trendsetter. You're just kind of willing to do your own thing without worrying too much what other people think of you. And maybe that's the riskiness I'm kind of getting, is that you're not too worried about what other people think. Like you're not worried about other people's negative thoughts about you because you're confident in yourself. And other people don't necessarily always do that. Other people are always factoring in other people's opinions of them, whether or not they're being judged. And it seems like, at least in other people's perceptions, you're not too worried about other people judging you. You're just very authentic and very yourself. You're not afraid to just be yourself and express who you actually are. But let's move on to the tarot here and see if we can get anything else for you guys. Group 3, please, Spirit. What do people admire and respect about Group 3? Queen of Cups. Okay, that's another thing in common with Group 1. We have the Seven of Cups. Spirit, what do people admire and respect? We have the the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, sorry. And then we have the Prince of Cups. Okay, so we do have 2 Cups court cards coming out here. So you might be a water sign or have strong water placements. So you know Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Prince of Cups is a very, very Scorpio card too. So you might very strongly be a Scorpio. But yeah, Seven of Cups is also a Scorpio card. This could just, all the Scorpio energy just could, like, it represents this this growth energy I'm talking about, this willing to transform yourself, to change and grow. You're not afraid of losing stuff because you know you can expand, you know you can change, you know you can become a better person or a stronger person or a more financially prosperous person. But yeah, with these cups here, we have 3 cups cards, so it's almost like the word coming to mind is psychic. You might have a very strong intuition, and maybe that's why you are so confident in any bold moves or risks you might take, is because you just trust your intuition and you know it's not gonna like lead you down a path of destruction basically. And people can see that, but it's like people don't really know that, like, other people don't trust your intuition, so they see maybe some of the bold moves you make as risky, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm feeling like you just have a strong connection with your intuition, and other people don't necessarily realize that, so they just get impressed by the results. With the Wheel of Fortune here, that's what I'm seeing, is you get basically positive results in other people's eyes in kind of the bold moves you make. And yeah, they're just impressed by it. They're just like, wow, that's crazy. How does this work out for you all the time? That kind of energy. With the Queen of Cups here coming out first, especially, you might, like I said, I was thinking psychic, but you might just have strong empathic abilities as well. And that definitely came up in group 1 as well, but you guys have more of a bold, confident energy than group 1, that's for sure. Yeah, so this might mean that people relate to you on, like, or admire about, sorry, just can't speak straight. People might just admire the fact that you can relate to them really well. With if you are strongly empathic, people might just admire that you seem to like understand the situation and know what's going on without having to put too much thought or effort into things. The Seven of Cups is kind of giving me this vibe, like you seem effortless, like you seem like you don't try very hard. Even if you actually are, people like perceive that like you're just like an effortless, awesome person. That I want to say that things always work out for you and you make it look easy. That's the phrase I'm looking for. You make it look easy. Even if it's not easy, you just, it's this confident way you go about things that just seems like you don't have to put effort in and you don't try. Like everything's natural to you, whether you feel that way or not. Yeah. I'm just getting, you're strongly connected to your intuition. People are just impressed by what you're able to do with your life. I am getting a little fire energy here as well. With the Seven of Cups, I'm also getting that, the Seven of Cups is the card of options. You have a lot of options or dreams about you or in front of you, but it seems like what people see is, despite the fact that you have a bunch of different ways you can go, because you're multifaceted, you're super talented, you could basically be doing anything, but it seems like even though you have so many directions to go, you seem like you so confidently just forge ahead on what you feel is right for you, if that makes sense. Like you have a bunch of different paths, but you always know what the right one is, and people are very impressed by, I don't want to say decision-making capacity, but they're just like impressed by this security that obviously comes from your strong intuition. But I think I'm going to end your reading right here, group 3. I hope it was interesting. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Group 4, and welcome. You guys chose this geode half. Today we're asking, what makes you impressive? What do other people admire and respect about you? What do other people like about you that they might not necessarily say to your face? These readings have been fun so far, so I'm excited to see what comes up for you, group 4. Okay, so for you guys, we have Wormwood with Caution. Hopefully you guys can see these cards. We have Chicory with Sustain. And we have St. John's Wort with Stabilize. And okay, let me get a number for your energy too, you guys. 8. Okay, so I'm having a little trouble interpreting this energy. It's very strong, and it's very protective and stable. Yeah, protective. So I feel like the people in your life really admire maybe your loyalty. Maybe you're a very loyal, good friend. I feel like maybe you have a lot of inner strength that a lot of people rely on. And with St. John's Wort here, I know that that herb is used as like an alternative medication for depression. So maybe you help other people through their problems and their depression a lot, or maybe you actually struggle with that yourself, but despite that, you have this amazing inner strength that you push through, that you push through maybe your own inner problems or maybe even depression, and you hold yourself up through it, but you don't just hold yourself up, you hold other people up. Maybe some of you have a family on top of it, so it's like people can see that you struggle, you have these struggles day to day, but despite that, you're able to hold not only yourself together, but other people. And people are very impressed by your ability to just keep going and stay stable, keep a smile on your face, even sometimes. Yeah, I do feel like some of you really do struggle with either depression or maybe self-esteem issues, but despite that, you are pushing through it. You have an incredible inner strength here. I'm seeing these cards, but the image that keeps coming up to me is the Strength card in tarot. I'm very much getting that. With the number 8 here, there is this sense of a lot of drive, a lot of hard work. You put a lot of hard work into things. And yeah, it's just this energy of pushing through difficult situations, difficult people, difficult problems, and still being able to be there for other people. This is coming through because people do see this. I feel like some of you feel like the people around you don't know what you're going through. And maybe they don't know exactly what you're going through, but they can tell that you have really difficult situations that you're dealing with, and even internal situations. They can tell that there's something going on, and they can see this inner strength, and they have a strong admiration for it. But let's move on to tarot to see what else we can get here for you guys. Spirit, group 4. What do people find impressive about group 4? What do people admire and respect about group 4? Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands, we have the 9 of Swords reversed, we have the 5 of Wands, and we have the Chariot. Yeah, this is exactly what I was just saying, okay? With the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Swords reversed here, although I am feeling a very 9 of Wands energy with obviously your guys' inner strength and having to push through difficulty. But this Nine of Swords reversed here is saying that, yeah, maybe some of you do struggle with mental health problems, or you just have some sort of struggles day to day, but for it to be reversed here, it is like you're overcoming it. You're pushing through it. People can see that there is this battle that you have to fight day to day, or these tough battles you have to fight from your past every day. And with the Chariot afterwards, you are pushing through it. There's so much strength. People admire this strength you have to just, maintain and keep going. Because I feel like a lot of people, whatever you've gone through, they know it's difficult and they're not sure they could do it themselves. They're not sure they could have the same strength that you have to push through things. Okay, so it's possible, there is a lot of fire energy coming through here, especially Aries and Leo, so I don't know if those are prominent in your chart in some way, or it just might be that you have to rely on, your inner strength so much. You have to rely on that fire energy to push you through and be the awesome person you are. People might just admire the fiery spirit you have. And then with the Nine of Swords here, we're of course getting some Gemini energy as well. But yeah, it's like resilience. People admire your resilience. I feel like that's the main trait that they admire here. With the Two of Wands, there is also this energy of authentic self-expression. Okay, like you're not hiding who you are. You're obviously not hiding the struggles you go through. Obviously, I don't feel like most of you are like telling people about these struggles. It's just apparent to people around you, and they are impressed by your ability to make it through them. But yeah, there is definitely this energy of you are authentically yourself. You're not hiding things from other people either. You're just strong. You're just a very strong individual. I'm seeing something about like snakes. I don't know who that's relevant for. I'm trying to figure out what that means here. But yeah, that might just be relevant to just one or two of you. But something about snakes. I don't know if that's like your totem animal or something like that. Maybe look it up. It could be it's almost like your ability to make tough decisions. But like people admire the fact that you might be able to make an easier decision for yourself, but you choose what you feel is more morally right. Like you have a very strong moral compass, if that makes sense. Like you'd rather do what's right than take the easy route, basically. I feel like maybe some of you don't realize other people notice this or admire this about you, but they do. That's why it's coming through here, is that you'd rather do what's right than what's easy. And that's difficult. Most people can't make that kind of decision, so it's definitely something people are respecting about you here. Your ability to stick to your own morals, your ability to push past difficult situations and people, or struggle through your mental health issues for some of you, and still be an awesome, strong person, and even care about the people around you. But I think that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope this was interesting. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below, even if it's just to tell me which group you were in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye!